All right, good evening again and welcome one and all to Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway for the Red Miley Rumble presented by the UFO UMS sanctioned late models. We're glad you could be with us tonight. Tonight we run in memory of the patriarch of Miley Motorsports, Red Miley, who passed away back in 2007. Before we get started, we ask that you please rise tonight to sing our national anthem. A young lady from Kennedy Township, Jessica Frazier, who is, I'm told, the best karaoke singer at the Kennedy Township Tavern. Jessica, please lead us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jessica. Great job, and we're ready to go racing. Shop Fast Track Pro Late Models, first of two qualifying heats on Red Miley Rumble night, and the green is out. Oh, your leader gets sideways, and Michael Reff gets into him, and Dusty Curry spins around as well. Sean Jett, second time here in the Aluminum Service Center. Wilson Record Service 1J had the lead, getting into him from behind. The McGurvey Electric, Bobby's Lounge, 9R of Michael Reft. And spinning to avoid those two, the West Mifflin Collision, 5-star tire, number 8 of Dusty Curry. Ron Hall, Michael Polinsky and Dusty Curry. And then the front row now, the back row, Sean Jett and Michael Reft. Green is out. Mark Moats Jr. leads, Dennis Niederreiter second, Kyle Luke on third. Brian Hoffman fourth, Michael Reft, who was in that first spin in turns 1 and 2, all the way back up into the top 5 now, the 9R. Kyle Luke on in the 1, closing in on the second place car of Dennis Niederreiter as they come through turns 3 and 4. Michael Reft to fourth in the 9R. Niederreiter still second, with Kyle Luke on pestering him there on the inside now through turns 3 and 4. Lucon edging ahead of Niederreiter in that race for second. We are past halfway. Sean Jett, who was also in that first lap incident, the 1J, has made it all the way back up to 5th. So he and Michael Reft have come from the tail to 4th and 5th right now with 2 laps to go. And Mark Moats Jr., your leader in turn 1 out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania. A big lead over the Cindy's Catering Lucon Rep Fab 1 of Kyle Lucon. White flag waving, 1 lap to go. Mark Moats Jr. wins it. Kyle Lucon will finish 2nd. Dennis Niederreiter 3rd. Michael Reft gets 4th. And Sean Jett recovers for 5th. Off at turn 4, Justin Lamb and Mike Pager Jr. light those rear tires as the green flag drops. Pager, fresh off a win last night at Dog Hollow, jumps into the early lead down the back chute. Lamb runs 2nd. Brian Hank in the 28 to the inside of Laura Lucon in the race for 3rd. Lucon is 3rd. Brian Hank and now Colton Flinner the outside of Hank, trying to squeeze by for 4th. Tell you, these fast track pro late model drivers at Pittsburgh this year have made tremendous strides. It has really been fun to watch them race. Broniszewski and Schernhofer now, pair of 8s battling for the 5th spot. It'll be Schernhofer into 5th. Broniszewski is 6th. Brian Hank has dropped to 7th. Laura Lucon still 3rd with Colton Flinner a close 4th and closing the back straight. Mike Pager Jr. still your leader. Justin Lamb is 2nd. Laura Lucon 3rd, then Colton Flinner and Tommy Schernhofer, Jeff Broniszewski and Brian Hank. Good racing for 4th through 7th as they head down the back chute. Here come your leaders at the halfway mark. Tommy Schernhofer to the inside of Colton Flinner. They'll slap sides. The cars get hooked together, and Schernhofer hard into the U tires. Flinner goes sliding into the pit exit or entrance. Caution is out. Out for the very first time this year, Tommy Schernhofer, the yellow number 8. He and Colton Flinner come together down the front straightaway. Looked like the cars actually got interlocked. Flinner headed to his pit stall. He did not appear to hit anything, but Schernhofer hard into those U tires and significant damage, and the wreckers are on the way to the scene. Green is out. Mike Pager Jr. continues to lead. Leaders here do not get lane choice in the heat races. They do in the feature. Brian Hank on the outside moving up to 3rd. It's Pager in front. Lamb is 2nd. Hank 3rd. Lucon 4th. Bo Glemba 5th. 3 laps to go. Laura Lucon running the rail on the inside. She's got Bo Glemba coming on her outside now, and he will move by her for 4th. It's the Cochran Automotive Triple S Auto Outlet 1C of Pager, and now Lamb feeling the pressure from Brian Hank, and here comes Bo Glemba scooting on the high side of the 99G. Into 1. The race continues to be a good one for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Lamb, Hank, Glemba, and Lucon. 1 lap to go as Pager dives to the bottom coming off at turn 4. Glemba glances off the wall in the 99. He'll end up back at the 5th spot with a lap remaining. A former great late model champion here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, Mike Pegger Jr. out of Wexford will win our second heat race. Justin Lamb second, Brian Hang third, Laura Lucon fourth, Bo Glemba fifth. And the two-time UFO champion Alex Ferree, 10 laps the distance. Top four will transfer. Green is out. Cars all over the place in turn one. Green is out. It's Beck, your leader. Josh Richards not wasting any time. He goes low into three. Coming off of four, it's Beck up high. Richards in the middle down the front chute. Into turn number one. Josh Richards taking the lead in turn two. Richards started this race in the 6th spot. Beck is second. Mike Johnson is third. Lynn Geisler is fourth. Then bump Hedman, Jason Ryder, and Steve Baker. Baker now under Ryder and trying to sweep to the outside of Hedman. 2 laps in. Two laps down. This will be lap 3. Josh Richards. Richards turning a lap at 19.128 on a very slick, sunny day. That's tremendous. Mike Johnson now trying to take second away from Tommy Beck. Geisler is fourth in the final transfer spot right now. Baker is fifth. The side-by-side battle for second continued off at 2 into 3. Beck up high, Johnson down low into 4. Battle continues down the front chute. Halfway, 5 down, 5 to go. Josh Richards in a different world. Mike Johnson now with a slider into turn 4. He moves up the groove and takes second away in the Raceway Center Beverage Chem Oil 2J. Tommy Beck third, Lynn Geisler and Steve Baker closing in a hurry in the 0 car. Baker was a straightaway behind, and he is now just on the heels of Lynn Geisler for that final transfer spot. Off of turn 4, second, third, fourth, and fifth. A half a track behind Josh Richards. 2 laps to go. Richards closing on the 2-time defending UFO champion Alex Ferree. Trying to lap him. Richards slides by Ferree with ease. Lapping cars in a 10-lap heat. 1 lap to go into turn 1. He just turns that car and off it goes. Mike Johnson second, Tommy Beck third, Lynn Geisler fourth. Final lap, Steve Baker 1 short shy of transferring. In the 0, final lap, here comes your winner, Josh Richards. He goes into the peel draw. So does the 2J of Mike Johnson. He will finish second, third, and fourth side by side off of turn 4. It's going to be Beck third, Geisler fourth. Baker will have to go to a B main, along with Hedman, Dodd, Ryder, and Ferree. Let's see what happens in heat race number 2. 2 of 5, ready to rock your world, coming off of 4. The green is out. Michael Norris doing the high side hustle off of turn 2. The teenager from Sarver shoots into the lead down the back chute in the 72, and he is on the gas pedal hard on the outside. Off of 4, it's Norris in front. Briggs is second. Steffens third. But all fourth, the Bartman moves to 5th in car 75. Bart Hartman to the inside of Mark Bernal in the T8. He'll take fourth down the back chute. Michael Norris on the edge, up on the top side of the monster half mile. He's already knocked his spoiler free. You'll see that. The 72 car has already knocked the spoiler loose, and he's going to spin out in front of the field. Michael Norris probably wants to know what happened to all his side bite. Well, I'll tell you what happened to it. He knocked the right side of the spoiler off on the previous lap up in turn 3. And without the right half of that spoiler, the car got loose. And around he went in turn number 2. Dave Wade and Greg Satterley, Scott LeBaron and Danny Mitchell, and Michael Norris. Green is back out, and we are off. And look out, Mr. Hartman is in a hurry. The Truth is in a hurry, too. He moves up the banking. Down the back chute, it's the Bartman from 8th, leading on lap number 3. Boom Breaks second. Who's going to be third off of turn 4? Steffens to the inside will have the spot. Satterley is 4th. Wade is 5th. Bernal is back to 6th, 3 laps in. Down the back straightaway. Bart Hartman flying into turn number 3. Dave Wade in the 76 trying to catch the 22 of Satterley, but Wade comes high off of 4, and Mark Bernal will drive around him on the outside. Bernal back up to 5th in the T8 car. Hartman's opening up by a straightaway. Hartman, another car that's turned laps under 20 seconds here tonight. Not quite as fast as Josh was in the last heat, but the only other car so far that's been under 20 flat. Danny Mitchell headed to the pits in the 18D as Hartman completes lap 8 of 10. Into turn number 3. He has been on some kind of roll here at Pittsburgh. He won everything he showed up for last year, and he wins his heat race going away tonight in his first appearance of 2010. The Bartman, Bart Hartman, Boom Breaks second. Jimmy Steffens third. Greg Satterley 4th. Mark Bernal 5th. Scott LeBaron, Michael Norris, and Dave Wade. Of UFO points leader Chad McClellan and the 20 of Jacob Hawkins. Green is out, and we're off. Into 1, 3 wide behind your leader, and your leader goes way high. That's Dobrashowski. Now he spins the car. Oh, and the 20 didn't make it. Your leader, Len Dobrashowski, spins out in front of the field, and Jacob Hawkins was trying to squeeze underneath him there off the second turn and didn't make it. Starting spots 1 through 12 for tonight's Red Miley Rumble. Green is out. Ooh, baby. Garrett Crummert in front, Jared Miley to second, Big John Flinter to third, maybe not. Jared Hawkins on the outside in the 37. Off of 4, Crummert, Miley on him like a new suit into one. Miley goes for it on the bottom. Whoa! Yeah. Garrett Crummer thought he was on the inside. That looked like last night at Lernerville on the final lap of the feature. The Calusi Chevy H1 in a hurry into turn one. Crummer is second. Flinner third. Jared Hawkins fourth. Matt Lux running fifth right now in the 21. Flinner closing on Crummer in turn four. Off of two, Flinner again closing ground in that race for second and third into three. Flinner trying to get alongside, can't do it in turn four. It's still Miley in front. Jared Hawkins still in the fourth and final transfer spot, just ahead of car 21, Matt Lux. Flinner gaining ground again on Crummer, coming off of four. We're halfway, 5 down, 5 to go into one. Hawkins now to the inside of Flinner for third. Good battle here. Second, third, and fourth is straight away behind your leader, Jared Miley. 4 laps to go, 4 to go. Certainly can run the track guardrail to guardrail tonight. Hawkins and Flinner both closing on the tail of Garrett Crummer, but Crummer having by far his best run at Pittsburgh. Flinner goes on the attack on the inside. Jared Miley about to lap Derek Franks. Two laps to go, 2 to go. Garrett Crummer still second. Jared Hawkins continues to hound John Flinner for third. Now Hawkins ahead of Flinner in the middle of 1 and 2. But Flinner will win the battle coming off the second turn. 1 lap to go for Jared Miley. Final lap. Jared Miley well in front. Garrett Crummer second. John Flinner third. Jared Hawkins still in the final transfer spot. Checkered flag for Jared Miley. Garrett Crummer in the 29 going to end up second, just ahead of John Flinner. Jared Hawkins third. Matt Lux fourth. And then Chad McClellan. Fourth of 5, number 4 of 5 heats, 10 laps. Dennis Lunger and Jason Covert, a snail's pace as we come to turn number 4. Off the fourth turn, looking for the green flag, and we're off. Dennis Lunger in front, Brandon Burgoon second down the back straightaway. Covert, Miley, Hess into turn number 3. Off of 4, Double B hugging the rail. The Todd's Autobody 17 takes the lead down the front chute. Covert now to 43, moves to second. Lunger is back to third. Hess is fourth. Miley is fifth. Dave Hess Jr. in the 44 moves to third. Ben Miley in the 99 to the outside around, and Dennis Lunger for fourth. Ron Davies, who started last, trying to pass Lunger for fifth. Brandon Burgoon, one feature win on the season, our champion from a year ago, your leader, Jason Covert second, Dave Hess Jr. third. Ron Davies now closing on Ben Miley for fourth into turn one. Davies goes flying by. He'll make the pass for the final transfer spot. Ron Davies from the back of the field. He is moving in a hurry down the back chute, the 71D. Outside of Dave Hess Jr. now for third. Off at turn number 4. 4 laps to go. He is flying. Ron Davies trying to close on Jason Covert for the final peel draw spot. We've got 3 laps to go. It's Burgoon, Covert, and Davies. Everyone running the bottom. I'm telling you, the place to go up here in Pittsburgh is on the outside. Ron Davies closing again on Jason Covert into turn 3. 2 laps to go. For second, Davies coming on the outside. Covert down low. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1. In turn 2, Covert puts a block on. Davies back on the gas, running the outside. 1 lap to go for Brandon Burgoon. Second, Jason Covert. Ron Davies third. Dave Hess Jr. in the final transfer spot in 4th. Todd's Auto Body. 17 of Brandon Burgoon, double B, will pick up the win. Second place is going to end up in the hands of Jason Covert. Ron Davies third, Dave Hess Jr. fourth, and Ben Miley fifth. And Davey Johnson in the 1J, and starting last the 25 of John Kane. Green is out. Everyone looking for some traction as they head off at turn 2. Dave Murdoch in front, Keith Barbara challenging John Malik for second. Then it's Jimmy Lepro, and now Dave Johnson, Davey Johnson running 5th off of 4. Barbara clear to the bottom. Takes the lead away from Murdoch. Jamming Johnny Malik on the outside, moves to second. Murdoch's back to third, Lepro fourth, Davey Johnson running 5th. Through 3 and 4, Barbara down low. Malik up high. Murdoch, Lepro, and Davey Johnson 2 laps in. Jimmy Lepro moves to third. Davey Johnson now trying to take 4th away from Dave Murdoch. Barbara is your leader in the 17. Forbes Field Garage Triangle Benefits 17 of Keith Barbara. Set second in the point standings. He's third right now in the UFO standings. Jammin' Johnny Malik, who is second in the point standings, running second. Davey Johnson is up around Lepro into third. We're coming to the halfway mark. 5 down, 5 to go. To go. Keith Barbara comfortably in front. John Malik second. Davey Johnson third, challenging Malik for that field draw spot now. Dave Johnson has pitted in the 697. Race for second now off of turn number 4. Malik up high, Johnson down low into turn number 1. Malik still second. The Juice is third. Barber is your leader. Jim Lepro fourth in the final transfer spot. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Second and third side by side again. Malik with the momentum on the high side holds on to the spot into 3. It's a very important spot. You can start on the pole if you finish second in this one. You could. Johnson scored in second that lap with a lap to go. Yeah, you went from talking about the best you can finish. You will start 15th if you finish third. If you finish second or first, you have a chance to start on the pole. Keith Barber off of turn number 4 takes the checkered flag, and Davey Johnson will get second. John Malik third. Jim Lepro fourth. Chris Bassett in the 71, Sean Dumhoff in the 13. '65 is Michael Davis. Dave Hess Jr. in the 44, down the back straightaway moving up to second. Stas Shadowski in the 74. Your leader, Chris Bassett in the 71, Dave Hess Jr. second, 13 Sean Dumhoff, the 65 of Michael Davis in the 65 is fourth, and it's Stas Shadowski in the 74. Dave Hess Jr. edging ahead of Chris Bassett as they head off into turns 1 and 2. Sean Dumhoff still third, then the 65 car, the 75 of Stas Shadowski, the 17L of Vince Laboon. Halfway. Dave Hess Jr. off at turn 4, taking the white flag. He is won a lot of EMOD races with the UEMS series and up in the northern tier, and even down in the state of Florida in February. Hess wins it. Chris Bassett is second. Sean Dumhoff third. Bruce Takich in the 65 car fourth. Vince Laboon in the 17L fifth. the Brockers Machine Shop, for the Miley RV Service, UMP Modifieds. Off of turn 2 with a brand new race car, J.E. Stalter, the 17, trying to take the lead away from the 5 of Jonathan Taylor. Side by side in turn 4, the Taylor boys on the rail. Stalter and Martinek up high. Contact. Everybody's still going straight. The Midway Missile is on the march in the 12. Daryl Charlier to 5th, trying to take 4th down the back chute. J.E. Stalter out in front of the 17 J.E. The 5 car of Jonathan Taylor. The 7 of Evans Taylor, then Martinek and Charlier in the middle of that into turn 1. Now it's the 7 car of Evan Taylor moving by his brother Jonathan for 2nd, but that may not be for long because up top comes the Midway Missile, Daryl Charlier. J.E. Stalter still your leader. Evan Taylor and Daryl Charlier side by side for 2nd. Halfway. Clayton Kennedy bangs the wall in turn 1 in the 9 car. He's back underway. No problem there. J.E. Stalter still your leader. Brand new race car. It's a GRS chassis built by Dave Groves down in Morgantown. And that lead has shrunk a bit. Evan Taylor is starting to close in the 7. He'll pull alongside and put his nose in front in turn 2. And Jonathan Taylor's off the pace. Now he's back up to speed, but he drops all the way to 6th in the 5 car. Evan Taylor, your new leader in car number 7. J.E. Stalter 2nd, Daryl Charlier 3rd with 2 laps to go. Charlier slides to the inside into turn number 1. He'll move into the 2nd spot. Kerry Gasser is 4th in the 0. Tom Martinek now 5th. One lap to go. Evan Taylor out of Salzburg, driving off in the Lion Star Hemphill Racing Engines Taylor Services car. He will win it going away over Daryl Charlier, J.E. Stalter, Jonathan Taylor, Kerry Gasser, and Tom Martinek. Down the back straightaway, Pat Weldon, your leader in the 45 car. The 17 of Dave McManus, the 86 of Russ Volpani. Then it's Danny Rich in the 67X out for the first time this year. He is 4th and sideways for a moment. Steve Webb runs 5th in the 27W. Then it's Gary Catellus in the 1, Jesse Gold in the 81, and Jennifer Barker in the 33. Russ Volpani in the 86, right with the 17 of McManus for 2nd. Pat Weldon, our champion from a year ago, 2 wins this year, looking strong in the 45. Oh, the Danimal bangs the wall in turn 1. 67X sent the sparks a flying, but he still got the gas pedal down. Fourth into 3 with Steve Webb to his inside of the 27W car. Halfway, 4 to go. The Live Nation, VIP Nation, House Cafe, Monongahela Auto Parts, Chevy pulling away. Dave McManus in the Strauss Industries Natke Enterprises 17 is second. Russ Volpani third, and sideways he saves it. Steve Webb of the 27W and Danny Rich side by side for fourth. And right behind them, Gary Catellus and Jesse Gold have got their own duel going. White flag waving for Weldon, the 7-lap heat race. Danny Rich back in fourth. And for second, Russ Volpani in the 86 goes flying by Dave McManus down the back chute. Pat Weldon wins it. Russ Volpani second, Dave McManus third, Danny Rich fourth, and then Steve Webb, Jesse Gold, and Gary Catellus. For the lead off at 2, Craig Catellus in the 64 has it. Nick Kachuba second. Bob Schwartzmiller storms into third in the 28. And way up high comes Jake the Snake off of 4. We're wheel to wheel. Catellus just ahead of Kachuba. Schwartzmiller third, Simmons fourth. Off of 4 again. Catellus by a car length over Kachuba. Simmons has gotten around Schwartzmiller for third. Tyler Fox runs fifth. Then Joey Catellus into 33. The Drew's Auto Service 64. And we got a spin. Tyler Fox, your 5th place car, is around in turn 2. The Bill Todd Towing, Wayne's Auto Body, and Borgno Rental 39F turned around. Caution is on the Speedway. Tyler is another one of the drivers that's moved from our young gun teenage entry-level division up into the upper classes. He's in his 2nd season now in the formerly sportsman, now cadet division here at Pittsburgh. See your ID, we'll get in for free. 5 laps to go as the green waves another time. Craig Catellus in the 64 still in front. Now it's Jake Simmons, your points leader, moving up to 2nd. Kachuba's 3rd, Schwartzmiller 4th, and Joey Catellus into 33 5th. AJ Poljak into 30. Had a problem. He's back up to speed down the backstretch. And we've got a spin again in turn 3 and 4 this time. Tyler Fox turns it around and we stay green. Well, maybe. Caution is out. He's got a problem and the leaders are bunted down. That's going to be his 2nd caution, and he's going to be done for this race. We were trying to wait as long as we could. Josh Richards will start 6th, Bart Hartman 7th. Top 10 spots determined by the peel draw in the pit area. Top 2 finishers in each of our 5 heats. Jake the Snake in front now. Schwartzmiller in the 28 trying to get by Catellus for 2nd. 3 laps to go. Nick Kachuba, who was second and challenging for the lead, is now fourth. Joey Catellus into 33, fifth. Jake the Snake winner. Jake the Snake Simmons gets the win. Here they come off at turn number 4. UFO ULMS late models. The green is out, and the West Virginia Rim Rider will lead him into turn number 1. How many times do you think Steve Baker and Mark Banal have battled each other around this track? But down low, it's Davey Murdoch in the 1 trying to take the lead down the bank chute. Off at turn 4, it's Baker up high and Murdoch down low. Murdoch will lead lap 1 into turn number 1. But off at turn number 2 goes the West Virginia Rim Rider, Brandon Waring in the B1. Under Mark Banal now for third. Right in the mix is the Midway Missile, Daryl Charlier. Off at turn number 4, it's Baker in front, Murdoch second. Banal, Charlier, and Waring. No one backing down as they head into turn number 1. Stevie Baker out in front. Davey Murdoch second. Mark Banal right now in the final transfer spot. Brandon Waring and Daryl Charlier side by side for fourth. Alex Free, who started deep in the field, has moved his way up into sixth. He's got a lot of work to get into a transfer spot. The two-time UFO champion. Baker has stretched it out to a half a straightaway. Davey Murdoch still second, Mark Banal third. We're coming to the halfway mark. Brandon Waring fourth, Daryl Charlier is fifth. Six down, 6 to go. This is for the 21st starting spot in tonight's feature event. Car pitting on the back straightaway is what was the fourth place car of Brandon Waring. That moves the Midway Missile, Daryl Charlier, up to fourth. Steve Baker, your leader. Davey Murdoch solidly in second. Mark Banal third, and Daryl Charlier fourth, one spot shy of transferring. One lap to go for Stevie Baker. The Farm Used Auto Parts Richard Construction. Bland Towing 0 brings it off at turn 4 one more time to take the checkered flag in our first B main. Davey Murdoch second. Mark Banal will transfer, finishing third in the T8s. Daryl Charlier fourth, and Alex Free comes from last to fifth, but 2 spots shy transferring out of the B. Off at turn 4, 12 laps the distance. Last chance to make the dance without a provisional. Lux on the inside and Ben Miley on the outside down the back straightaway. Lux your leader, Miley second. Chad McClellan in the 119 currently in third. He's pressured by the 12 of Doug Dodd. Car off the pace. Into the pits. The 72, I believe. No, that's the 7 of Jason DuPont. The 7 of Jason DuPont is pitted. Michael Norris, the 72, has just moved into 6th for the lead down the front straightaway. Lux on the inside, Miley up high. Miley by 0.031 seconds, leading that second lap. Doug Dodd right now in the final transfer spot in car 12. Jason Ryder is fourth, and Chad McClellan, who was third, has dropped all the way to sixth now. Michael Norris, who was impressive early in his heat race, is back on the gas again in the 72. He may have just lost another spoiler. You got to keep it off the wall, Michael. Either knocked the spoiler loose or bent something again, or may have a flat tire in the 72 car after slapping the wall up in 3 and 4. He is slowing down, but Miley leads. Lux is second. Dodd is third. Ryder fourth, and McClellan, Hotchkiss, LeBaron, and Medved. And Michael Norris is in the pits. Halfway, 6 down, 6 to go. Ben Miley second in our track point standings. And a feature winner this year has the Calusi Chevy 99 just ahead of the Maloney Tool and Mold 21 of Matt Lux. Doug Dodd running a solid third, seems to have no threats to him for the final transfer spot. Jason Ryder, John Hotchkiss, and Chad McClellan behind. Two laps to go, 2 to go. The final lap second in career late model wins at Pittsburgh. Ben Miley down the back straightaway. Matt Lux in pursuit. Through 3 and 4, Lux closing a bit as we come to the checkered flag. It's going to be Miley, Lux second, and Doug Dodd third, moving into tonight's Red Miley Rumble. Jason Ryder and John Hodges finished 4th and 5th. Is Garrett Keffer, and the 7 is Chase Evans. Six-lap heat race. Brian Hutchko, the points leader and the leading winner on the year, out in front. Adam Cheidel was second. Ian Tomine to 221. Ricky Steigerwald, another one of our Young Gun graduates, challenging Tomine for third. OU2 Eddie Weiser is 5th. Joe Podolinsky in the 56, although it's his first time in the hobby stocks. Joe was our champion last year in the Wacky Wheels figure eights. So he is going to do some figure eight racing still, but has built himself a hobby stock, the Calusi Chevy car. Two laps to go. Brian Hutchko, Adam Cheidel, Ian Tomine, and Ricky Steigerwald well ahead of the rest of the field with 1 lap to go. 1 to go. Our Young Gun feature is next, followed by the Fast Track Pro Late Model feature, then the Red Miley Rumble. Checkered flag waving. Brian Hutchko out of McDonald in the Schwartz-Miller Ground Maintenance Mousetrap Bar and Grill 60, and we've got a wreck over in turn 2 after the race. Well, I guess just about at the same time. OU2 Eddie Weiser and Alec Broniszewski, the 25. Also over there was the 45 of Garrett Keffer. And we're underway. The green is out. Correction, the Red Miley Rumble will be run next. The Red Miley Rumble will be run before the Fast Track Pro Late Model feature. There'll probably be some track maintenance after this race. And then we'll have the Red Miley Rumble. 32 cars strong. Danny White, your leader. Alec Broniszewski is second. Danny White, your points leader, and he's got 5 wins this year. Alec Broniszewski, Justin Pons drove this car to a win a couple of weeks back. Alec was on vacation. Just drafting him at the halfway mark. Hannah Ramsey third, and we got a spinner in 1 and 2. Caution is on the Speedway. The 4 car, Bernie Blair Jr. got sideways, and the 50T of Adam Carson had nowhere to go. So it'll be a double foul restart. We've got 3 laps down. We'll have 3 laps to go. Three down and 3 to go. Side by side for the lead down the back straightaway. Danny White just ahead of Alec Broniszewski. Two laps remaining. This is for the checkered flag. Danny White winning his 5th of the season. Alec Broniszewski second. Hannah Ramsey, Tyler Carson, Bernie Blair Jr. next. Well, when you start up front like that, you better win, right?
Yeah, you ain't got no excuses.
Alec was right on your tail. Were you aware of that?
No, I had no idea where he was at. I didn't know if he was far back or right behind me. It didn't matter.
Did you worry when you got the restart?
It crossed my mind a little bit, but I wasn't that worried.
People you want to thank?
My dad, my cousin Carly's here. She just came back from Ocean City a couple weeks ago. And my mom, obviously, and Classic Tree Service, Paul Jablonski, for being my sponsor.
Congratulations, Danny. Danny White's your winner in the Young Guns. Coming at you off of turn number 4. Covert and Johnson bring the field to speed, and the green is out. Not a good start. We'll do it again. Coming at you off of turn number 4. This time it looks good. The green is out. Johnson on the outside takes the lead down the back straightaway. Boom breaks his second. But maybe not for long. Josh Richards to the insider, breaks for second off of turn number 4. It's Briggs second, Richards third, Covert fourth into turn 1. Richards into second. Johnson leads. Red Miley 5th. Jason Covert has dropped back to 6th. Keep your eyes on the racing in the middle of this field. It's unbelievable. 3 and 4 wide down the front straightaway to turn number 1. From guardrail to guardrail, inside and out, it's Johnson over Richards, Covert, Briggs, Miley, and Hartman. Then Mike Johnson and Brandon Burgoon, John Flitter, Keith Barber, Ron Davies. The Imperial Towing 1J of Davey Johnson ahead of the Ernie Salvage yard 25 of Josh Richards in turn 1. They're about a half a lap away from lapping cars. Jason Covert, who backpedaled, is now third. Red Miley fourth. Boom Briggs is fifth. Bart Hartman sixth. Mike Johnson seventh. Brandon Burgoon is eighth. Traffic in turn one. Johnson around Danny Mitchell. Jason Covert trying to stay in tow as your leaders close on more traffic in turn four. Richards now within a couple of car lengths of Johnson as they head into turn number one. Middle of the pack, Lynn Geisler, Steve Baker, John Mollick, 3 wide coming off of 4. Baker, who started 21st, has picked up a lot of spots. Here come your leaders, lapping the 76 of Jason Ryder. 7 laps are down. Look at this monster half mile. Cars polluting it all the way around, inside and out. Down the back straightaway, the Juice clears Bump Hedman and takes the lead into turn 3. Off of 4, it's still Johnson in front. Richards second. Covert is third. Jared Miley fourth. Bart Hartman fifth. Boom Briggs sixth. Mike Johnson seventh. John Flinner's up to 8th. Ron Davies 9th. And Brandon Burgoon runs 10th. Your leader now on the inside in turn 4. And here comes Josh Richards on the outside, closing in a hurry again as they come down the front chute into turn 1. Johnson goes low. He's in trouble because Richards has got momentum on the outside. They're for the lead off at turn 2, trying to lap Chad McClellan down the back straightaway. Josh Richards takes the lead into turn 3. Johnson trying to stay with him. He ducks under McClellan. It's Kid Rocket now by 2 car lengths. Jason Covert now right behind Johnson. Miley still 4th, Hartman 5th. Richards off at turn 4. Lapping the tee-in of Mark Bonal. 3rd, 4th, 5th, all running together. Covert, Miley, and Hartman just behind the 2nd place car of Johnson as Richards extends the lead through 3 and 4. Off the pace, the T8 of Mark Bonal headed to the pits. Mark Bonal, the T8, headed to the pits. Your leader in turn 3 and 4. Josh Richards, 2 lap cars between he and Davey Johnson. 13 laps down, Richards into turn 1. Climbs the banking in turn 2, 3 lap cars now between 1st and 2nd. Covert still 3rd, Hartman under Miley as they battle for 4th and 5th. Boom Briggs and Flinner down the back straightaway for position in 3, outside the 29 of Garrett Crummert. Right behind them, Ron Davies. Look at this race. Briggs, Flinner, Davies, and Mike Johnson in turn 1. Josh Richards splits 2 lap cars into turn 3. Off at turn 4, it's still Richards now. 2 lap cars, 3 lap cars, 4 lap cars between he and the 1J of Davey Johnson. And Jason Covert right with Johnson in the middle of 1 and 2. Caution is out. Caution on the Speedway. We got debris on the front straightaway. Debris on the front straightaway. 85 of Bart Hartman. Off at turn 4, the green is out. And for the lead in 1. Richards up high, still your leader. Johnson 2nd, Covert 3rd, Miley 4th, Briggs 5th, Flinner 6th down the back chute. Then it's Ron Davies, and now Steve Baker's up in the fray. Ron Davies slips in the middle of 3 and 4. The West Virginia Rim Rider gets by him down the front chute, as does Mike Johnson in the 2J. Ron Davies back by Baker in turn 2. That is the race right now. car into the wall up in turn 2. Looks like the 17L of Dennis Lunger. 17L Dennis Lunger. John Flinner and Boom Briggs, Mike Johnson and Steve Baker, and we're back racing the Red Miley Rumble. Richards opens up a healthy lead in just a lap. For second now, Jason Culver to the low side of Davey Johnson. Mike Johnson has moved his way up into the 6th spot. Flinner's 7th, Baker is 8th unofficially. And Ron Davies dusting the wall up in turn 4's got Dave Hess Jr. to his inside. Hess starting to come on. He started back in the 19th spot in car 44. He is hugging the rail, while most of the others are middle high. Steve Baker underneath John Flinner for his spot in turn 2. Now the back chute. Baker up to 7. Cars slowing in turn 2. 4J. John Mollick. Caution is out. 20 laps down. John Mollick. And he's got a flat tire. John Mollick in the 4J. Josh Richards, Johnson, Colbert, Miley, Briggs, Johnson, Baker, and Flinner into turn number 1. Oh, Flinner and Baker together. Baker sideways. Zero, Steve Baker, the 37. 0 of Baker, the 37 of Jared Hawkins, the 76 of Jason Ryder. 91, Tommy Beck, the 119 of Chad McClellan, and the 18 of Danny Mitchell. On lap 10, Johnson led the first 9. Dave Hess Jr. moving up further in the 44. Boom Briggs down to the inside of Jared Miley, and then race for 4th down the front straightaway. Jason Colbert under Davey Johnson in 2, but Johnson beats him down the back chute. Briggs is 4th, Miley 5th, Mike Johnson 6th, Dave Hess Jr. 7th, Ron Davies 8th, John Flinner 9th, and Greg Satterley 10th. He's feeling the heat from Lynn Geisler and Ben Miley. Satterley and Lynn Geisler both around John Flinner, exiting turn 2 down the back straightaway. '76 of Jason Ryder in the pits. Josh Richards has caught the back of the field. Lap traffic for your leader in turn 1. John Flinner off the pace. No, maybe not. Maybe yes. He is headed for the pits. Richards straight away in front. 2 3-lap cars between he and Johnson. Colbert third. Boone Briggs fourth. Jared Miley fifth. Miley's got a flat tire. The H1 car has got a flat right rear tire. He's in turn 1. Not a tire flat. Something has broken the right rear of that car. Caution on the speedway for the Calusi Chevy H1 of Jared Miley. Either a right rear is flat or something else broke on the rear suspension of that car. Jared Miley in the pits. Off of turn 4. Green is out, and we're back underway. Jared Miley tags the back of the field. Dave Hess Jr. in the 44. Started again back in the 19th spot, now challenging for 4th off of turn 4, hugging the rail. Hess is 4th. Just 10 laps to go, 10 to go. Then Geisler and Greg Satterley having a race for 7th. Geisler up to 7th. Satterley is 8th. Barber 9th. And Tommy Beck and Ben Miley for 10th. Traffic ahead for your race leader, Josh Richards. If Johnson and Culver are going to have any chance, they're going to need him to get slowed down by the looks of it. Richards into 1, Johnson a half a straightaway behind. Colbert third. Charging into the corners on the bottom. Colbert's got liquid, I believe, coming out from underneath his car. Keep your eye on the 43. I thought for a minute it was tire smoke, and now it looks like there's a trail. Somebody put some liquid down. Right there where he's running. It's blue smoke. I don't know if it's tire smoke or something else, but Jason Colbert, the 3rd place car. Meantime, Josh Richards weaving his way through traffic in 3 and 4. He clears that batch of lap cars. He's got 4 lap cars between he and Davey Johnson. Colbert 3rd, Hess is 4th, Briggs is 5th, Mike Johnson 6th. Tommy Beck and Lynn Geisler 7th and 8th. Greg Satterley 9th, and Keith Barber unofficially is 10th. 4 laps to go. Josh Richards off at turn number 2. Johnson now clears the traffic, but he's still almost a full straightaway behind the 25. Several lap cars between he and Covert. Richards coming through 3 and 4 to take the white flag. Looking for his 2nd win in the Red Miley Rumble, known as the Red Miley Memorial, when he first won it in 2007. Took the lead on lap 10. And the Ernie Davis 25. And has left no doubt about it. Off at turn number 4, Josh Richards wins the Red Miley Rumble. Davey Johnson 2nd. Jason Covert 3rd. Dave Hess Jr. 4th. Boom Briggs is 5th. Mike Johnson 7th. Tommy Beck 8th. Well, you were so fast in the heat race, and it just looked like it was your night from the time this car hit the racetrack.
No, it feels great to come back here. I feel like this is like one of my home tracks, and I've been here in a couple years, and the guys just did a phenomenal job. I mean, Joey, Ernie, Connie, my dad, Matt, and Jim came along. I got to thank the guys from Roush Yates building an awesome motor. It's the first time he ran it, and it ran awesome. Ernie D Enterprises, Hoosier Tires, Sunoco Fuels. It's just awesome to be back here in Victory Lane at Pittsburgh. I love coming here, and hope to come back soon.
So you won the Red Miley in 07, you won the Pittsburgh, you won the Red Miley in 2010, but the first time you went into turn 1, when the first lap of the night, when the green came out, did you think, yeah, we've got something?
Well, the car stuck pretty good, and I didn't really know the first start. I think Covert didn't take off, and the whole outside row went, and it felt really good. I knew from then on we'd be okay, and I just tried to use the top as much as I could, and everybody did an awesome job, and it's great to be here.
Congratulations, and we'll hope to see you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Josh Richards, folks, your winner of the Red Miley Rumble. Here we go, 20 laps, 20 cars. Off at turn 4, and the green is out. Mike Fager Jr. off the inside of that 2nd turn, all the way to 3rd, now challenging for the lead into 1 or 3. Lucon up high, Niederreiter in the middle, and Fager on the bottom, and we got a caution. Oh, Bo Glemba's got big damage on the right front of his car. Debris on the racetrack over in turn 2. Bo Glemba's apparently the problem. He's got his right front's collapsed. Green waves again. Moats, your points leader, into the wall in turn 1. Caution back on the Speedway. Green out again. The outside lane making progress this time, and Fager, Fager on the rail. 4-5 wide at one point there in turn 2. Kyle Lucon up to the tippy top. Ooh, close to the wall as they come off of 4. Lucon up high, Fager down low into turn 1. Mike Pager Jr. takes the lead off at turn 2. Dennis Niederreiter third, Colton Flinner all the way to 4th. Brian Hank at the 28, up on his side at turn 4. Golfs off the wall and stops the cars and comes down. He was as close to getting upside down as you can get. He was clear up on the side of the car. The right side was clear up above the wall, riding on his left side there for a while. The 28 of Brian Hank, your pole setter. Flinner in a 75, moving to 3rd, and he may have a shot at 2nd as they leave turn 2. Oh, on the back straightaway. Laura Lucon, who is 2nd in the point standings to Mark Moach Jr., gets caught up in a melee. Also back there is the 66 of Michael Polinsky. 84 Laura Lucon, 66 Michael Polinsky. The 2 cars parked on the back straightaway. Laura headed to her pits. Off of 4, the green is out. This time Kyle Lucon gets the upper hand, but can he hold it? Mike Pager Jr. back in front into turn 3. Colton Flinner is 3rd. Dennis Niederreiter 4th. Colton Flinner's knocked his spoiler loose on the right rear, the 75 car. Ron Hall, the 67, with a flat tire in the pits. Jeff Bronaszewski's on the charge in the 08 car. He's moving in. Oh, car into the wall, the 93. He hits the wall, keeps on going. Justin Lamb. Jeff Bronaszewski's up to 5th. And about to take 4th. Bronaszewski, who started 14th, is now 4th. Pager leads. Lucon is 2nd. Colton Flinner 3rd. Kyle Lucon trying to track down Mike Pager Jr. as we get close to the halfway mark. And Jeff Bronaszewski continues his charge, now 14th to 3rd in the Taylor Auto Body 08. Jeff Bronaszewski is turning laps faster than the race leader. The 08 is faster than the race leader. He is 3rd. We've We've got 9 laps to go. Scott Schembeck onto the racetrack in the 75S. Pegger leads, Kyle Lukon second. Broniszewski third, Colton Flinner fourth, Dennis Niederreiter fifth, and Michael Reft is sixth. Mike Pegger Jr. still your leader, but that lead is shrinking. Kyle Lukon right behind him, and Jeff Broniszewski trying to catch the front two. Kyle Lukon turned the fastest lap the last circuit. Seems like the front two have sort of solidified themselves ahead of Broniszewski, whose setup maybe starting to go away a little bit. 7 laps to go. Traffic for your lead 2-0 as they enter turn 3. Pegger and Lukon trying to work their way around the Shep 75 and Jeremy Klimuk in the 22 with 6 laps to go. They're into turn 1. The race for 4th, 5th, and 6th is heating up as well. The 75 of Colton Flinner, the 09 of Dennis Niederreiter, and the 9R of Michael Reft. '66, Michael Polinsky into the pit, 66 car pitting. Four laps to go, 4 to go. Kyle Lukon now within 2 car lengths of Pegger as they race into turn 3. Lukon has won the championship in 07 and 09. Pegger was the champ in 08, and Lukon's your leader. Pegger's got something broke on the right rear of that car. He either has a flat tire or something broke in the suspension, and Mike is headed to the pits. That's happened to him a couple of times here this year. He's had some mechanical misfortunes while leading races. 2 to go now for Cal Lukon. How quickly things can change. Trying to win his 5th of the season. And the 17th of his career. Jeff Broniszewski, who started 14th, now 2nd. Making up a little bit of ground on Lukon, but just a lap to go. Niederreiter is 3rd. Colton Flinner and Michael Reft battle for 4th and 5th. Your leader into turn 3, the Cindy's Catering, Eisminger's Pennzoil, Lukon Repfab number 1 of Kyle Lukon gets his 5th win of the season. Jeff Broniszewski comes from 14th to 2nd. Dennis Niederreiter 3rd, Michael Reft 4th, and Colton Flinner 5th. You might not have had the fastest car, but you're the first car to get to victory lane. That's what counts.
Yeah, I was just trying to follow Mike, and it seemed like one lap I'd gain the tiniest bit on him. Next lap, he'd start pulling away from me again, and just kept trying to hit marks and at least stay where I was, and the car's moving for some reason. But this was a tough track to get a hold of tonight. And
I just thought you were going to spin out on the first lap.
I started thinking that myself. I didn't want to tackle the fence and go have to tell my dad what happened there. So.
Well, you kept it off the fence, and you ran consistently. You said the track is slick, but you found it, you didn't mess up. You let the track come to you a little bit, and you got her here.
Yeah, first couple laps I overdrove it a little bit, and then once I slowed down a little bit and realized what Mike was doing, like I said, I think we were about the same. He might have been the tiniest bit faster, but just kept trying to stay smooth and get to the end.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cal Lukon, your winner in the Fast Track Pro Late Models. come, your Miley RV service, UMP Modifieds, feature time, 15 laps the distance. Spins in turn 1. 71C Chris Bassage, the 9 of Clayton Kennedy, and the 97 of George Nicola are the 3 cars down there. Complete restart, and it's green and go. Martinek in front, Kerry Gasser second, Vince LeBoon third, and Dave Hess Jr. now to fourth. Hess moves to third. Vince LeBoon fourth, Jonathan Taylor fifth in the 5 car. Dave Hess Jr. and Kerry Gasser race for second into turn 1. Hess now to the inside, challenging Tom Martinek for the lead. Martinek has been your leader from the start in the Allegheny Wilderness Outfitters Bongiordi Machine McElhaney Auto 65, but maybe not for long. Dave Hess Jr. a half car length behind Martinek as they race off into turn 1. Hess takes the lead through 1 and 2. George Nicola pitting in the 97. Dave Hess Jr. still leads Tom Martinek second, Kerry Gasser third, Vince LeBoon fourth, and it's Evan Saylor in the 7, running 5th. Hess by a straightaway now. The race behind him is a good one. Dave Hess Jr., who won the EMOD portion of the Pittsburgher in 2005, also won last year here. Caution is out. We've got a problem at the bottom of turn 4. Still Dave Hess Jr., who's going to be second, leaving turn 2. It's Vince LeBoon. Kerry Gasser, though, underneath LeBoon for second and 3 and 4. LeBoon has got second. And now it's Evan Taylor in the 7 car up to third. He's been glued to the inside rail all night long, Evan Taylor, and he's about trying to take second from Vince LeBoon. Gasser 4th, Jonathan Taylor 5th, and it's Tom Martinek, who was second and actually led the race for a while. The Hess's garage. Liler overhead doors. 44 of Dave Hess Jr., 2 laps away from his 4th UMP modified win here in Pittsburgh. That is the 18 car of Willie Briggs that has spun out in turn 2. And we've got 2 more laps to go. Green is out. Jared Dumhoff in a 13 on the high side. Car slowing is the 12 of Dale Charlier. White flag waving. Now the caution is out, so we've got to run 2 consecutive green flag laps. Green again. Well, 1 to go. Down the back straightaway. Looking for his 4th Pennsylvania Motor Speedway EMOD win, and he's got it. Dave Hess Jr. over Vince LeBoon, Evan Taylor, Jonathan Taylor, and Jared Dumhoff. Congratulations, Dave. Pretty good night. You came from 19th to 4th in the late model feature, which is nothing to laugh at, and then followed up with a win here.
Yeah, this car is real good. Just a wee bit tight. I can't get the thing loosened up. I think we could even be better, but it was working well for me. Late model was good. I was glad to get up where I was. It just kept getting tougher cars the further I got up. I was like, geez, get a few cars, and I was like looking at the next ones in front of me, and geez, they're getting harder. They're getting harder.
You run this car pretty much middle high. The late model, you were on the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt the car starting to get tight, and it was real hard to hold that bottom groove. I was really having to get in the gas, and I didn't want to make a mistake and get in the inside wall and cost the race. I felt a little more comfortable on the outside, but the late model was just awesome on the restarts right around that brown around the bottom, so I kept sticking with that. And then, I had Josh in a class of his own out here, so we can't do much with him.
Congratulations on another win.
Thank you.
How about a nice hand, folks, for Dave Hess Jr., your winner in the UMP Modifieds. first half of the Penn National 28 back on July 24th. Lynn Geisler, Bump Hedman, Chad McClellan, Tommy Beck, Jim Lepro, and here they come. The green is out. Down the back straightaway. It's Dennis Lunger in front. Boom Briggs is second. Keith Barber third. Steve Baker all the way to fourth in the zero. Barber down on the rail, the 17, trying to go from third to first. Down the back straightaway. Boom Briggs still your leader. Keith Barber second as they race into three. Off of four, Briggs and Barbara, Lunger and Baker, Mike Johnson and Brandon Waring. Barber again takes the lead on the inside rail. Briggs battles back on the high side as they race into three. Cars spinning in two. That would be the 119 of Chad McClellan. Chad McClellan in the 119, the UFO points leader around in turn two, 2 laps down, and Boom Briggs is your leader. Let's see what happens when we go back to green. Green is out. Briggs your leader, Barber is second, Baker third. Mike Johnson is fourth. Problems off at turn two. Caution out. 76 of Jason Ryder. Boom Briggs, the pace sitter. The ULMS points leader. Here he comes off at turn number 4. He slips bad. Briggs is, cars everywhere. You got cars flipping down the front straightaway. Jason Ryder, the 76, just flipped his car. The 99 of Boom Briggs, something happened there on the start, and everybody got bottled up back up through. Both Miley cars were involved, the H1 and the 99. The 76 of Ryder flipped multiple times. Looks like the 6 of Jim Lepro. And here we go. It's Mike Johnson. That comes blazing up through there. And another spin in turn 2. Green is out. Barbara leads. Mike Johnson now to second. Dennis Lunger is third. Steve Baker fourth. Mike Johnson to the outside of Keith Barbara and the Chem Oil. Raceway Center Beverage 2J trying to take the lead off in turn 2. He in fact led that last lap. Lynn Geisler moves up to 5th. By 0.002 seconds. Johnson led the last lap, and he's going to lead this lap as well. Baker to the outside of Lunger trying to move to 3rd. .541 seconds that last lap for Mike Johnson. He is right in the middle of the racetrack. 5 laps down and 23 remaining. Lynn Geisler now to 4th in the Cochran Automotive 1C. Mitchell pitting in car 18D. Geisler in the 1, closing on Baker for 3rd. They're side by side over at turn number 2. Barber is 2nd. Lunger running 5th. Beck is 6th. Waring 7th. Flinner, Ferree, Burgoon, and Steffens. That's the closest battle right now. Ben Miley ready to pit in car 99. Lynn Geisler moving to 3rd in the Cochran Automotive 1C. Mike Johnson's lead a full straightaway over the 17 of Keith Barber, who's got Lynn Geisler closing in a hurry down the back chute. Johnson with traffic ahead now as he comes down the front straightaway. Completing lap 11. Lynn Geisler closer to Keith Barber in the race for 2nd. In turn 4, Geisler pulls alongside. Down the front chute, it's Barber just ahead of Geisler into turn number 1. Baker is 4th, Lunger 5th. Johnson trying to lap some cars, your leader through 3 and 4. He is being held up big time into turn 1. Mike Johnson 10 behind lap traffic down the back straightaway, while Lynn Geisler moves ahead of Keith Barber by half a car length for 2nd. They're side by side now off of 4. Barber still 2nd, Geisler 3rd, and both are closing in on Johnson, who still is behind a 3-wide battle. His lead is down to a half a straightaway. Into 3. Chuck Medved, Derek Frank parked right in his path. Off of 4. 13 laps to go, 13 to go. Johnson now finds an opening and makes his way through. Keith Barber is still 2nd, Lynn Geisler 3rd, Steve Baker 4th. Dennis Lunger 5th, Tommy Beck 6th, Brandon Burgoon 7th, Brandon Waring 8th, John Flinner 9th, and Jim Steffens would be your 10th place car. Now it's Barber, Geisler, and Baker 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, trying to pass lap cars and race for position at the same time. Geisler off the outside at 2, closing back again on Barber for 2nd into 3. Ten laps to go. Mike Johnson's lead grows again. He's got clear racetrack. Alex Ferree heads to the pits in car number 4. Nigel Auto Solutions, Chem Oil, Raceway Center Beverage 2J of Iron Mike Johnson, our points leader, trying to win his 2nd feature of the season. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th hotly contested between Keith Barber, Lynn Geisler, and Steve Baker. And Brandon Burgoon starting to come forward in a hurry too. He's up to 6th in the 17 car. 8 laps to go, 8 to go. Burgoon trying to break into the top 5. He started back in 24th. Baker around Geisler. Barbara still second. Burgoon to 5th, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Here they come off of 4. Barbara, Baker, and Geisler having their own race as Mike Johnson is a half a track ahead of them. Keith Barber now separated himself from Steve Baker and Lynn Geisler. Mike Johnson in turn 3, still almost a half a track ahead of Keith Barbara, who runs 2nd. Steve Baker 3rd, Lynn Geisler 4th, and Brandon Burgoon is 5th. Less than 4 laps to go. More traffic ahead of Mike Johnson. He can coast home from here. 3 laps remaining in the Penn National 28. Johnson started 9th. You can tell after that lap 2 restart that he had a fast horse. Two laps to go. Waving for Mike Johnson in turn 1 now, the final lap. Keith Barber 2nd, Steve Baker 3rd, Lynn Geisler 4th, Brandon Burgoon 5th. Mike Johnson is your winner. Keith Barber 2nd, Steve Baker 3rd. Lynn Geisler 4th, Brandon Burgoon 5th. Here's your trophy. It's just what you wanted. Good job.
Thank you.
You spanked them.
Well, I tell you, the car, the track came to me. You know, the car just kept getting better and better, and we literally took these tires off my brother's car after the first feature and put them right on here for mine. So it kind of worked out too, and made a few changes after that, and older brother helped me out there.
You look like you found a black stripe right in the middle of the racetrack.
Yeah, I did. It just dead in the center there. I could just roll right through there pretty good, and you know, the car held up, and it was good.
A couple of anxious moments in traffic.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried. You know, you don't know how, where everyone's at, and yeah, I was just like, I want to get by everybody, and yeah, it was it was a little difficult there at times.
Well, you won by half a lap. Congratulations.
Thank you much, Dow.
Mike Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Penn National 28. Off we go. False start on the 33K. Good start, 27W. Steve Webb goes from the front to the back. '86 car, Russ Volpani with a problem on the backstretch. He is headed into the pits. Race for the lead off at turn 4. Joey Catsellas just ahead of Nick Kachuba. Bob Schwartzmiller in third. Kachuba and Catsellas continue their duel. Catsellas winning the race on the straightaways. Kachuba the faster through the turns. Schwartzmiller third. Danny Rich is fourth. And Craig Catsellas and Jake Simmons. Kachuba now in front as they leave turn 4. Out in front, the Clarkin Family Chiropractic, Colonial Beer, Hankey Farms Auto, number 10, Nick Kachuba. The Drew's Auto Service, Brian Decals, 33, running second. And the Denny's Restaurant, Park West Supply Auto House, 28 of Bob Schwartzmiller. In the Damage Inc. 67X of Danny Rich. Points leader Jake Simmons has moved to 5th in the more concrete Simmons window cleaning car, the 68X. Craig Catsellas is running 6th in the 64. Then Dave McManus, Pat Weld, Jesse Gold, quite the battle for 2nd through about 9th. Russ Volpani out of the pits, several laps down. 5 laps down. Bob Schwartzmiller in the 28 trying to take second from Joey Catsellas in the 33, and Jake Simmons and Danny Rich continue their side-by-side duel behind them for 4th and 5th. Pat Weldon has now moved up to 6th in the 45. Problems in turn 2. 39F Tyler Fox, the 33 of Mike Harris is left parked there. Tyler Fox trying to come back onto the racetrack at the 39F. Spin in turn 3. Uh-oh, 28 68X. And a couple of cars behind them. Bobby Schwartzmiller in the 28 and Jake Simmons in the 68. They were 1 and 2 in the point standings. Simmons the points leader, Schwartzmiller second. There two of the cars over there. 1K, Gary Catsellas in the pits. He took a hit right in the front end. Green is out another time. Race is on. We got ourselves a showdown here as we're past the halfway point. Nick Kachuba back in front. Pat Weldon to second. Whoa. Gonzalez and Rich together. Five laps to go. Nick Kachuba trying to win his second of the season and Pat Weldon his third. They have been the most recent two winners in the class. Showing us why here tonight. Joey Gonzalez third, Danny Rich fourth, Craig Gonzalez still fifth, Jesse Gold is sixth. Dave McManus, Gary Gonzalez, Jake Simmons. Pat Weldon scored as the leader of that lap, and he's clearly in front now in the middle of turns 1 and 2. And now look at him go. Did not win a race until July 10th this year, has won 2. Trying to make it 3. Got a miss amongst one of the two leaders. Somebody's got a miss under the hood, and I think it might be your leader. Pat Weldon does, and Kachuba nails him in the butt as he slowed down. Nick able to go by. Pat Weldon, as it came off of 4, you could hear that motor start to miss. Green again. And the battle continues. Craig Gonzalez in a hurry. Now Danny Rich back in the middle of the Gonzalez sandwich off of turn 2 down the back chute. Craig Gonzalez all of a sudden has found some magic. 2 laps to go though. Nick Kachuba straight through the turns. 2 laps to go. Good right in the middle of the racetrack. Jesse Gold fourth, now Jake Simmons there. Fifth trying to get fourth down the back chute. One lap to go. Looking for his second win of the season. Off of 4, it's going to be Nick Kachuba over Craig Gonzalez, Danny Rich, Jake Simmons, and Jesse Gold. You did not have the most straightaway speed tonight, but you certainly were the fastest car through the corners.
You know, it's been real good through the middle as of late recently, and I was able to use that speed to help me out, that's for sure.
When Pat got by, you probably thought, well, there we go. And all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. It sounded like a car really started breaking up under the hood.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there either. All of a sudden he came to stop, and I had nowhere to go. I ended up hitting him. I kind of feel bad about that, but yeah. It happens, I guess.
It's been a long night. People you want to thank?
I'm going to thank the sponsors, Colonial Beer Distributor, Clark and Family Chiropractic, Hankey Farms Auto, Donnie Byerly. He's helped us out a little bit, and it's good to get my own engine into victory lane this time.
All right, Nick. Nick Kachuba, your winner in the Cadets. Ricky Steigerwald into the lead with teammate Adam Child to second. Now, 56 of Podolinsky almost spun it. Hutchko in the 60 trying to go to second. Adam Child with a 00A trying to pass teammate Ricky Steigerwald for the lead. Not just yet. Ricky battles back on the outside. And we've got Garrett Keffer, the 45, doing one of his 360 spins and keeps going. He's leading the league on that this year. Scheidel, Steigerwall, and Hutchko, wheel to wheel. 3 wide for the lead in turns 1 and 2. Garrett Keffer flips over in turn 2. Garrett Keffer was trying to come out of one of those 360 spins up in turn 2. This time it didn't work out. Car dug in and rolled over. Formerly driven by Eric Goldberg and A.J. Poljak. Scheidel in front, Hutch goes second, Ricky Steigerwall third, and he's challenging for second in turn 1. Halfway. Adam Scheidel at one time won 7 features in a year in the amateur stock class. That was back in 2006. He's in front, and Brian Hutchko, this year's leading winner, is drafting him into turn 1. He is shadowing his every move. And now he's going to try to pass him down the back straightaway. Into 3, pulls alongside, and he'll take the lead in turn 4. Scheidel back to the inside of Hutchko. Into 1. Two laps to go. Final lap of the night. Brian Hutchko with Adam Scheidel closing in down the back chute. Off of 4, Hutchko trying to hold on, a little loosey-goosey off, but he will get the win with Scheidel second. race between you and Adam.
Oh, yeah, very good race. You know, I give Adam a lot of credit. He ran me clean there for the most part. Those guys are starting to come along here pretty good, so hats off to them. You know, congratulations for doing pretty good. They're coming along. Got to thank all my sponsors. Bob Sportsman, a big help for me. I can't thank him more than enough. Handless Clothing, Mousetrap Bar and Grill, Keller Racing Engine, Stush Automotive, Lawford Custom Exhaust Work and Automotive Repair. The guys down the shop and helping me, everybody here who supports me. Track was a little hard tonight. Had to make a lot of adjustments to get it here tonight, so got to rely on that. Don't know what else to say.
All right, let's call it a night. Congratulations, Brian Hutchko, your winner in the hobby stock.